Hey, 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 it's your gym day. Welcome back, Echo Park Digital Academy. We are kicking this year off with our yard games unit. We love this. Mr. Amundsen and I think it's so much fun. It's a great way to get this year started. Let me take my face off the screen here. That should work. Let's talk about this. Okay, yard games. Have you ever been to a family reunion, a picnic, a barbecue, and seen people playing games outside? These are some of the games that you see being played at these types of events. So we have cornhole, which is also called beanbag toss. We have bocce ball, horseshoe. We threw football in there for fun, but it's just playing catch with a football. You could really use any type of ball. We just chose footballs to have out there for our students. Ladder golf, and then frisbee. It's always fun to throw a frisbee around. These are games people play outdoors while enjoying a summer day with friends and family. Maybe you've already played some of these games at home with your family or your friends. So let's take a look at these. Now, before we start, we realize that some of you might not have access to these games at home, and that's okay. You have a couple choices. Do your best to be creative and think of different ways to do these games at home. Maybe with cornhole, you can use a bucket or a basket or an old tire or something with a ball instead of a beanbag, or maybe you have beanbags. But if you can't figure out or think of something creative to do, it's okay to just not do that. But you should be able to do a handful of these, and that's going to work just fine for your FIAD activity. All right, let's talk about cornhole. My computer's being a little slow. There it is. Now there are videos loading. So you can see the cornhole bowl is this wood ramp with a hole in the middle. And the goal here is to try to throw your bean bags in the hole. Now in real cornhole, there's two boards. You're going back and forth. A lot of times you're playing with a partner and you're competing against another team. But we're not doing that right now at Echo Park. And you can feel free to do that at home with your family. Keep track of your points. But really, you can see our student here is stepping back 3, 4, maybe 5 steps, whatever feels good for you. And then you're just trying to see how many bean bags you can get in the hole, or how many balls you can throw in a bucket or a basket, whatever you have to do at home to make this work. If you want to keep points, if you make it in a hole, you can give yourself 3 points. If you have a bean bag and it goes half in, half out, it's kind of hanging there, but it hasn't fallen in the hole, you can give yourself 2 points. And if it's close to the hole, no one else has made a hole, made it in the hole, but yours is the closest beanbag, you can give yourself 1 point. Or you can come up with any kind of point system that makes sense for you and your family. This is a fun game, and that's the whole point of it. You can kind of create your own rules and have a lot of fun with it. Let's talk about bocce ball. Bocce ball is a fun game. We always have to be careful because these blue bocce and red bocce balls are very heavy. They're very hard, so we want to be careful that we're doing a good job with that and we're being safe. This white marker ball is also hard and heavy, so be very careful with that as well. Again, some of you might have bocce sets at home, some of you don't. So you could always create your own type of bocce set. Any type of ball will work. You could use a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball as your marker ball. You be creative and see what you come up with. Now you're going to see our students here. Again, my computer's being slow with the videos. There you go. Now our student's showing us the marker ball, and she's going to roll that out there just far enough to make it challenging. And then they're going to take turns to see who can roll their bocce the closest. Our blue bocce rolls first, and then it's our red, and then blue, and red will go again. Now, whoever gets closest to the marker ball wins the point for the round. If you happen to get both your bocces closer than the other person, then you get 2 points for the round. And you keep track of your points. You pick up the marker ball, you throw it out again, and you do another round. Now, you can decide with your family, maybe 10 points wins, maybe 15 points wins, maybe 5 points wins. So you can keep track of that with your family and just have fun. Again, if you have a bocce set, great. If you want to make your own bocce set with what you have at home with the different size or shape of balls you have, that's fine. And if you don't have anything, it's okay to skip this one too. Let's talk about horseshoes. Now this one is kind of fun. This is an older game. I played this a little bit when I was a kid, but you don't see it as much, but our students really seem to enjoy it. Again, you can watch our student. I think she's taken 3 steps away from the post just to give herself a little bit of a challenge. It could be 4 or 5 with you. And you go ahead and you try to toss and get a ringer. You're trying to get that horseshoe to ring around the post. You will see some parks that have horseshoe stakes. The stake is this yellow one, and it's usually played in a sand pit. But it's a game that's not as common as it used to be. Let's talk about points. Here's a ringer. You can see that this horseshoe went all the way around the ring. It's worth 3 points. So for us at Echo Park, anybody that gets a ringer, we give them 3 points. You maybe are competing against a friend, we'll give you each 3 points. So you can see that if I had a line from this end to this end, it would go straight across because this horseshoe is all the way around the post. Now at Echo Park, we play if your horseshoe's touching the post but you didn't ring it, we'll give you 2 points. Each player that has one touching would get 2 points. And if nobody gets a ringer and nobody has one touching, we just give the closest horseshoe a point. So again, come up with your own point system. If this doesn't work, it's fun. Horseshoes is probably the most challenging game to create on your own. Maybe you can do it, maybe you can't. So maybe you have a set at home that you can pound in the ground like we do with the yellow stake. So again, don't stress out about it. If you can play this game at home, great. If you can play it at a park, awesome. If you can't play it, it's okay. Here's football. Now I told you, we chose footballs because that's what we picked. You could really play catch with any ball. Maybe you want to use a softball in a glove or a baseball in a glove, or you have a volleyball or a soccer ball or a basketball or a beach ball. Anything you want to just play catch and have some fun with it, okay? You can have one person throwing to another person and just have a little fun. So this is our football station that we have. Ladder golf. Now, ladder golf is kind of cool. It's kind of a goofy game. A lot of the people have these at home. You have 2 golf balls kind of connected by a rope here, and you're throwing at a ladder. You can see we have a red, a white, and a blue, and you're trying to get these ladder golf balls to stay on one of the ladders. So you can see our student here, she was able to get one on the white ladder. Now she moved back 3 steps. You can move back 4 steps or 5 steps, whichever is more challenging to you. Again, when you really play ladder golf, you typically have a partner and you're playing against another person and there's 2 ladders and you're throwing back and forth. So if you have that set up at home and you can compete with your family, that's great. Here at Echo Park, we're just practicing our throws right now. We're not really playing against each other. We're keeping our distance and we're keeping safe here. So do whatever makes sense for you. Again, if you don't have a ladder set at home, that's okay. If you can't get creative and think of one, that's okay. Just do the events or the activities that you have access to at home. And the last one is just playing catch with a frisbee. That's always fun. We enjoy it. It's a great way to be active outside. It's easy to take a frisbee along with you to a picnic or a barbecue. Maybe some people go to the beach to go swimming at the lake, and they can throw a frisbee in their bag. So we just had some frisbees out, and students could throw a frisbee and practice and have some fun with that. When you're doing these, do your best. Make any changes that help the games work better for you and keep practicing. It's okay if some of these don't work for you at home. We thought this would be a fun and easy way to kick off the school year. So please, please, please don't let it stress you out if you don't have access to some of these games. Do what you can. Make up your own games, and that's just fine with us as well. Okay? Have fun, have fun, have fun. Here's what I'd like you to do. Show on Seesaw, show us your favorite game. You don't have to show us all of them. Just show us your favorite game that you played at home. Maybe that's bocce ball. Maybe that's cornhole. Maybe that's playing catch with a frisbee. Maybe that's playing catch with a ball. Maybe you have ladder golf and it was playing ladder golf. But show us your favorite, and it doesn't have to be a long video. It can be 30 seconds to a minute. Go ahead and turn that into us on Seesaw. We'd love to see it.